progress of how it's being made.
No, I agree.
I agree with that because they have like a few videos that go like behind the scenes on the development. Not like a whole bunch, but you at least get like a taste of it, which is better than absolutely nothing. You know, like I think most most like triple game they don't show anything, right?
They definitely don't.
But then when you just get like a little taste of how they made it, and then you look at it, it's like, oh, so like there's a whole process and tons of people work on different parts, and then you like it kind of creates like puts all the pieces together, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But
I would say my
like
my least favorite thing is you see it so much in conventions or showcases or whatever. You know those like semi-documentary style video like how do you say it, it's always shown, let's say for a Nintendo Direct or Sony Direct or something, they like have like a documentary style video showing like, oh, these developers and the behind the scenes, but it always feels like it's fake, it's very much just
very
lip service.
watered down version of them, like a very
it's like very edited, right?
Maybe. Yeah, very edited, very like lip servicey, like, oh, we're gonna make this game and it's gonna be the best thing ever. I don't know, you feel like it's so corny, like they do not believe in the words they're saying, it's only there for marketing and I wouldn't say propaganda, but it feels like propaganda.
There are definitely ones that can be like that. I agree.
I mean, Microsoft is kind of the worst contender for this. I will tell you that. Like, if you know, you know.
I think it's when like the later Halo games.
The way Halo games, like for example,
Take a look at some. I gotta look at because it's been a while since I've looked at this. But Genshin usually is quite good with that. So, let's see. For example, like, they did have behind the scenes on Nod Cry. But I want to show this one. This one's kind of interesting. Like, this is just with one Genshin character. We don't have to watch the whole thing. It's kind of too long. But it's interesting. Let me show you what I mean. There you go.
Sorry, I'm too locked in on the game. I won't be able to watch, but I'll listen if you can. Yeah.
So this one, it covers the creation of just one character known as Gami, by the way.
Noragami.
Oh, it's for like one character, maybe?
Yeah, just one character. This is like the Lion Dancer character.
Oh, okay.
It was like a year or two ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember Gami, yeah. I feel bad they say that because, I mean, by this point, I wasn't really too much into Genshin. But I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't too excited for the character.
Yeah.
Okay, short tangent, by the way. Water. Oh, so short tangent, but I checked your server again, right? The gacha server. One of the funniest, I'm not gonna lie, calling the Woothing Waves channel Gathering Wives is so funny. it's not even like a lie. It's not even a wrong.
It's not wrong. It's the truth.
I don't know. It's such a shame. I genuinely think the gameplay of Wuthering Waves was so good, and I felt like there was a lot of potential in the story. But the fact that I realized, like, oh, this is just a Gooner game. It's not even trying to like give us unique variety of characters. That's when I realized, okay. I don't know. It kind of seemed less appealing to me at that point.
Yeah. I'm a little behind on that. I won't say I don't know. I'm a little behind on that. I think my brother
I'm behind too. I like kind of stopped.
The story looks alright. It's just like we were saying. It's just when there's such a big ratio of female characters, and just I think for me it's the interactions. Yeah. Where it leaves all of them so open to it can be romantic. I'm like, well, if they all feel romantic, then how is
it's like there's no dynamic.
Special,
here's the thing: if all the female characters are, they could be romantically interested, right? If all of them are romantic interests, it's not interesting anymore. Like, it's just like, oh, you're just pandering to my loneliness. I don't want to be pandered to for my loneliness, huh? I don't. I'm not even interested in I don't know if I want a goon, I'll goon in a different game, bro. Not this or something like that.
Yeah, that's something I'm just a little bit worried about a Zenless 2.0. I heard the recent story was good though, so I'm glad that people are saying that, but I'm a little concerned because of the lack of dudes, but
it still has more dudes than the others. Yeah.
Yeah, I think better than Webbing Wave.
It
Seems like yeah. Yeah, I heard Webbing Wave's newer story is not too bad, but yeah, I think that's just the issue. It's not, and the joke is, I think I talked to my brother about this, where there was a few characters. I think the Bard character with the red hair, and he said I really enjoyed that story, and I said it's probably because it felt more like an actual friendship and less romantic potential. And he thought about it. He thought, oh damn, you're right. I'm like, yeah, because so yeah, I don't know.
You know what? Funnily, you know what? Wuthering Waves reminds me of.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It reminds me of Persona, but the Persona part of you can romance everybody.
Yeah, basically.
It could go that way potentially. It's like, okay, well, cool. Yeah. You know, it was cool like the first 3 times.
But, I mean, at least with Persona, in my opinion, Persona is at least subtle. You know, like you don't have to go the romantic route unless you actively try to, right? These the girls in Wuthering Waves, they just fawn over you. It's not even like you're not even trying. it's like it's like just
part of the appeal of romance, right? Is that you got to work for it at least a little bit. I mean, like, you know, sometimes you have like, you know, like what it called fall in love at like first glance, you know, like. Yeah, like there's that, but like it can't be every time. Like you gotta, you know, when they put like a little effort, then you get, you know, a good result out of it. Kind of like, for example, like a good example, I guess, I'll use Lycon and Hugo, right? 2 dudes, they have a complicated past. They bicker all the time, right? But that's the appeal of it, is that like they eventually get some sort of resolution, right? But it takes like a while to get there.
Yeah, it won't just give it to you on a silver platter sort of thing. No, I get what you're saying.
Like, there's a reason why everyone wants to romance Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate, because she's really hard, or not really hard, but at least compared to other characters, like you don't get to romance her instantly. Let's say, like you get to fully be in a relationship with her, like at Act 3. Or something like that. So I've heard.
Okay, got to work on it.
That's why I think like a lot of people try to romance her because she's like really hard to do, or at least, you know, you have to try for her.
Nah, I hear it. Yeah, I don't know.
There was like, I mean, Asterion in comparison, bro. He's just instantly just he's too easy.
He's very popular, isn't he?
Asterion is very popular.
I saw Reach who was like, I like that guy. I was like,
no,
okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Asterion, like, yeah, okay. Not that I'm gay or anything, but he's a handsome dude. I can get why people like him a lot, you know. But the thing was, every single time I wanted to have like a. I don't know, the way I think of Asterion, like he's my bro. I wanna have a bromance with him, but it always goes into romance rather than bromance. I'm just like, no.
Oh, so there's no platonic options, what you're saying?
I mean, there is no. There is platonic options. It's just it's so easy to go into a romantic route with him. Yeah. Like it's so easy. You can just say like.
Opposite problem.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You could just ask like, hey, you want to spend the night with me? You know, like you want to hang out. I just think like, oh, okay. I guess we could just chat a bit. You know, like bond. No, skip to the next scene. It's like we're kissing. We have sex. It's like, I'm just like, yo, I didn't ask for this.
The one that I was thinking about. Oh god. Yeah, it's not again an opposite problem. But actually, no. Back to Persona. I think what makes it different from Persona with Wuthering Waves is with Persona you can choose.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The issue with Wuthering Waves, you can't choose, right? You just have these ladies fawning over. He's like, but if I'm gay, then what is the point? I still find that funny. It's like they have like the main, you know, male character, you know, is gay, right? And he's like, what's the point of all these ladies fawning over? Help me.
It's like,
I thought that was funny.
I'm suffering from success in the wrong lane. What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would just be like a funny like thing. It's like, what happens if you're all the ladies are fawning over, but you're gay, and you're like, damn it, this is not what I want. I'm sorry.
I must be using the wrong honey. What's going on? Yeah.
I would genuinely, man, I wanna actually continue Baldur's Gate. It's actually really good, especially like I don't know. I would say even if you like love romance, right? That's Baldur's Gate is perfect like for that. Everyone can be romanceable. Like it's awesome.
That's the point. That's part of the appeal is that you could romance, a whole bunch of people, and that's the fun part of it because people love having options,
Yeah.
And I'd say it's not even that like, in the at least like I'm thinking from your perspective because you don't like action games that much, or something like that.
I don't like action. I just I have a very specific taste. That's all.
Yeah, but it's like the turn-based D&D aspect of the game. It's like I feel like it would be easy to pick up for anyone. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, I'm sure.
People always like doubt like, oh, it's turn-based. I'm not interested, bro. Baldur's Gate is fun. it's
really turn-based. I mean, I play Dragon Quest. Like that's the most turn-based you can get in Pokemon. Jeez.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think it depends on it's the crowd. It depends on the crowd, especially when like the more modern games or like the games on the PS4 and PS5s. There's some of the crowds are like, oh, okay, well, I'm playing turn-based, so I can play a full-on action game. Just like I get it because I would like I like some turn-based games, but I would say I'm like a super like into I don't like I live and die with turn-based games sort of thing. But that argument is kind of, it almost implies that the game is just going to be boring simply because it's turn-based. Like, well, you probably haven't tried it, or if it ain't your thing, fair enough. But yeah.
I feel like it's best to judge like only once you try it can you judge it properly.
Yeah, because they'll vary a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, actually, it's you haven't you plan to play Expedition 33?
I have it on like a wish list. It's just not my priority right now.
Yeah,
I do know it's good though. It's just like for me, like right now, I already have 2 games on the way, which are the Trails remake and Final Fantasy Tactics. So I'm kind of cooked right now. I appreciate the idea.
Yeah, no. I only brought up. Yeah, I wasn't bringing up to like when you go play. I remember you was thinking about it, so I don't want to say anything about too spoily, but I was just going to mention the battle system was just really good on that. That's all. Yeah, but
I have no issue with turn-based games because I think the whole point is having different gameplay options you could choose from is part of the appeal. It's also why like it's actually a downside for me too. Like if I don't like how like the battles go, then I won't play the game. There's a few gacha games that have like unique battle systems, but I just didn't like how they work, so I just don't bother playing them.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair play.
Play fair.
Yeah. So actually, I'll probably be back in like 5.
All right. So, take care.
Okay, see you.
Right, in a bit. Actually, I'll just mute, I think. But
yeah, sure. Take care.
Sure.
How are you doing, Hex, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good. I had my first driving lesson today. So that was good. Yeah, it was good for like having a new perspective, because like if you have a supervisor who's your parent, they may not cover things that you didn't think about, especially when you have a driving instructor. Yeah,
I agree.
When you have a driving instructor, they also know the process of how you're gonna get graded. So they'll say like, keep an eye on this, because when you're doing the test, they will maybe ask about this, or they will pay attention to how you do, how you look at the mirrors at occasions and all that stuff. So first lecture, pretty good. I learned a lot from that, and I'm excited, to be honest. I really want to get my license.
Yeah, no, it's good you're being enthusiastic about it, because I don't know, driving is like one of those like life skills that's quite important, not gonna lie.
I mean, I learned that the hard way with the amount of works that require driver's license. Sweden, that is.
Works? You mean like jobs, you mean?
Oh, jobs.
Okay.
but yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the thing. I enjoy driving. Like, I enjoy it while I'm driving, but the what do you call the the moment leading up to being what was it? The moments leading up to me sitting in the car give me kind of anxiety. So I don't know. I have this. I guess you could say I'm a bit conflicted because driving kind of stresses me out, but at the same time, in the moment of the driving, it's kind of fun. I don't know. Driving scares me. It's part of the reason I didn't get a license.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. But you will eventually get used to it, essentially, because like when you get used to like driving enough, right? It becomes kind of like automatic in a way, like how you go through the motions. But you still, have to regardless pay attention, because otherwise, it could lead to very dangerous situations if you're not careful. But
yeah,
I will say one thing though.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Whenever you're driving, do not drive when you're tired. That is the only thing I'll say.
You're speaking from experience.
Because I got into an accident once because of that, and I would say, don't do that. Because driving, even if you eventually become used to it, you still have to pay attention, right? And when you're tired, you're not paying attention because you are like dozing off, right? Yeah. Not paying attention more, and that increases the risk of possible accidents. So I
mean, it was definitely emphasized during the theory test, or I mean when studying for the theory, that driving while you're tired is as dangerous as driving while drunk. So
yes,
just don't drive while tired.
Yes. Yep, essentially. So
to be honest, any questions regarding like what was it? Any questions that regarded like personal safety and like whether if you're allowed to drink, if what was it? If you're allowed to drive while drinking this many amount of liters or something. Those were so easy questions for me, simply because I don't drink alcohol. I'm just like, well, obviously I wouldn't do this. It's like, well, obviously I don't know. I feel like people could fail that because I don't know, maybe people who drink, they're just like, well, I drank this much alcohol and I can function perfectly, so I think driving should be safe. Like, if I drink this much, yeah.
Sadly, drinking is a common addiction, so there are people who do like to drink, but there was just one experience that like I had that, not with me personally, but it happened at school, which was really sad. So while I was a student at school, right? Essentially there was this really bad accident happen where essentially they were this small group of kids, right? They were coming back from like some sort of frat party, right? They had a designated driver and then 2 students in the back. And then they're driving on rather late at night. And then this guy who drank at the nearby tavern and left the tavern. And what he did was that he went into the wrong lane and then collided with this car.
With
the students, what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then pretty much the designated instantly died, and then the other 2 were severely injured.
Of the students?
So as I mentioned, he hit a car of students, right? One was designated driver. There were 2 students in the back.
Damn.
But because of that essentially like that person pretty much had like murder charges, right? Yeah. And then the restaurant that served the alcohol also shut down.
Damn.
Because technically like they shouldn't have let him leave because he was so inebriated, but regardless, like because it's technically not the fault of the restaurant. The restaurant was put at fault for letting this guy leave in a car. So like it's like stuff like that makes you like realize that, man, like you never know what's gonna happen, right? Like even like these poor kids, like they didn't expect this drunk guy to collide in them by going the wrong lane,
I mean,
but
that's another, honestly, that's another reason why I get like anxiety from driving. It's also because of other drivers as well. It's half of it is because, well, most of it is that I'm afraid I'll make a mistake, but part of it is also because other drivers, even when I'm practice driving, I still see drivers that like are driving so weirdly. Like there was this taxi driver right in front of me. I think or something, like he was behind me, then he decided to overtake. I'm like, okay, let him go.
Okay.
And I think let's just say there's 3 lanes, so he overtook me, went all the way to the very right lane, and I'm in the middle lane. Okay. And then what's weird, super weird, right, is that his tires are almost like going back to the middle. So I let him pass, cause thinking like what the hell's going on? Can he not make his mind, like whether he's gonna go to the middle or to the right? And the reason why, like, what makes it worse is that there's a turning off point. So I'm just waiting for this guy to like make up his mind. Is he gonna turn off to the right, or is he gonna stay in the middle lane? In the end, he went right, but still, it was stupid how he positioned his car. And it was just really concerning, like how he positioned it. Really, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because the thing is that what you learn when driving, right, is that one thing is that you must focus on yourself, right? That's always it. But you must always watch for other people too, because you cannot control how they act, but you can react to how they act. So, for example, like, you know, that guy you mentioned, right? Like, if a guy's like being a really aggressive, like tailgating you, you know, sometimes you move to the side, let him pass, right? Or he'll go around you. Either way, he'll get there, like, even though he's kind of being a dick, you know. Or like, there's some people who, like, my brother complains all the time, where like there's some people who don't signal when they turn, right?
Yeah, there were a lot of those that I encountered.
Yeah, you have to react because they don't give a shit about you. You have to react to them anyway. So you gotta kind of, that's like something you can only learn through experience though. And obviously having that fear, right? Fear that something bad's gonna happen is always good to just keep in mind, but you shouldn't it shouldn't like interfere with your ability to drive. It's just something you should always just keep in mind, just so that you will always focus on driving when you feel like you are the most awake and aware. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, keeps you alert.
I don't know. It's like to this day, I'm just so conflicted. Like, I like definitely, or I'm just repeating for Nate, but like I get anxiety from like the minutes leading up to, oh, I have to sit in the car and I'm gonna drive now. They give me anxiety, like a lot of anxiety, and especially
I
don't know. Driving is scary, man. I don't like it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, that's kind of good. It means you respect. You're taking actual account. You know, being respectful of what you're driving is a big ass metal tank, little tank basically. Yeah. So, So as long as you're not letting but I think trying to it's obviously find a balance. Obviously, you have your alertness and awareness to be fair, but at the same note, I think this is what helped me. I think about this and a lot of other things, but especially when I was doing the driving, I kind of think, well, yeah, this is scary, but every single car that's on this road and in every country and every part of the world is someone who's been through this and got through the other side of it. Fine, be they old, young, younger than me, older than me, that with whatever issues or whatever they have, whether they're more scared of the road than I was, or less scared than I was, they all went through this. They've done it. So. Okay, this is a worrying, but it's a process everyone who's on the road has been through. So by that metric, you should be fine. Try to I think I tried to use that. I had that kind of as a thing to help keep me calm. Like this process is not unique to me. It's happened 1,000 times before you. And it will continue.
Yeah, but in the end, though, it's really about like, in the end, as long as you stay aware of things, then that's in the end what's most important as well. Because as long as you keep yourself safe while being aware of other people, then you could overcome pretty much most situations. So having that fear is understandable. That's essentially, it's like everyone who drives goes through that. Because you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What happens if something bad happens? But you eventually find a way to kind of balance it. It's like, okay, I know how to get from here to here, and then we'll take certain steps to do that, right? So,
yeah.
and as long as you follow the rules, you don't run red lights, you signal, you know, just that's all that stuff is done to protect people. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Part of the reason why I like, what was it?
Okay,
No, I can hear you. Part of the reason why I don't think I got a driver's license for a long time is that I was excited. You know, I was really excited to drive when I was 16. Then I drove for the first time, and I don't know what it was. My whole world turned upside down, because what I thought would be what it would be like to drive versus actually driving. It just made me genuinely scared and anxious to drive again.
Yeah.
Doesn't help when you have like a
unfamiliar with it too.
doesn't help when you have a like a stressful parent, like always criticizing what you're doing, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why like you need that driving teacher, because they're not gonna like yell at you unless you're like, you put yourself in a really dangerous situation. Then they'll try to take control, right? But in the end though, like, that's why it's good you have your teacher, because as much as your parents are not going to be great teachers. My dad taught me how to drive. He'd yell at me all the time, but it's like but when I had a driving teacher, like, you could tell like he was used to teaching how to drive.
Yeah.
And that like makes it different, because your parent yelling at you can be slightly helpful, but I would say it could actually make you feel worse, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely delicate balance in it.
But regardless, I don't know if it's like that for you, but when I was younger, I think I started driving, senior year of high school. And, I had my lessons with the teacher, but also I had to do like my own, like, certain number of hours of practice driving too. Yeah. So that's why your parent has to, parent or like someone who has a license. Like, for example, if you have like a sibling who's like old enough and has a license too, then they could also technically work if you don't really want your parent to yell at you like all the time, but it's really up to your discretion.
That's the thing. Is like, I don't know, man. It's a how do you say this? Well, obviously now I'm taking it much more seriously. It's not an issue now. But there was like, long story short, there's like a whole ass drama with my family and regarding like driver's license, especially.
How
do you say this? Basically, my oldest brother, he didn't get a driver's license, and then my dad kept nagging him about it, and the thing is, like, the more my dad nagged him to get a driver's license, the less he wanted to do it. So even now, at like 33 years old, he doesn't have a driver's license, and he has a son and a wife now as well. So
that's hard. How do they get around?
Public transport. This is not USA. This is Europe. Public transport is not that hard.
Public transport too, just not as much. Okay. We're a large country. But yeah. Regardless, though, in the U.S., I think the expectation is also slightly different, where driving is essentially freedom. Yeah. So once you're able to drive, you could, go anywhere, right?
So
that, but if you don't feel that way, then obviously you feel less so,
Yeah. All right. So I'll go. Sorry.
No, I wasn't finished with the story, or with a bit of the backstory, but like, but then what was it? My sister as well was in Poland studying, and then what was it? And then I guess there was also pressure on me now, because my dad simply gave up on my brother getting a license. So then he put the pressure on me, like, okay, I'm gonna get the license. And then I don't know. I at the time when I was 16, I played a lot of racing games, a lot of simulation racing games. And I don't know. Obviously, obviously simulation is not the same as real life. But I just thought, man, I played these simulation games and I love racing. And I like, driving is so fun and stuff in the games. I'm just like, it should be fun in real life too. It was not, at least my first experience, it was super stressed. And then, and then my sister did get a driver's license while in Poland, right? She surprised my dad with that. But here's the problem. My sister, like maybe a year after, or not even a year, maybe like six or 3 months after, she moved to the south of Sweden. So even though she has a license and, my mom doesn't have one, so she wants someone to drive her around the town.
Yeah.
Basically, we're back to square one where only my dad has a license in our family. You know, my sister's downtown, like down in the south of the country, and then like me and my brother don't have a license, and then we're kept on like nagged by both of our parents to get a license because my dad has to always drive around my mom if she wants to go shopping and stuff like that, and he's like, dude, I'm tired, man. Like, why can't someone else has to like do it, right? Like, get a load off the burden a little bit, you know, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame him though, because my dad drives a lot too. But my mom knows how to drive, my brother knows how to drive, I drive. We all drive. Though I will bug my brother sometimes, like if I don't really like driving on highways much, so I'll bug my brother for that. But I could drive most places. Like, or if I really don't want to drive, I take an Uber. But in the end, though, I could drive like the necessary places I can get.
You need to,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I go say so. You kind of got extra factors that add more pressure to what's already kind of a bit of a pressured situation.
Yeah, but I think it's good you're doing it though, because like it's an important skill. Like that's understandable, but I don't blame you for feeling stressed even more so than usual about it. Because like
I just what was it? I never liked the pressure on me. All right, still don't like the pressure on me. But I'm already halfway there, so I'm just committing to like getting the license, and I'm having more of a, I'm having more of an understanding, more control. I'm becoming more confident, but it doesn't mean I don't love driving yet. You know, I'm excited to get a license, but I don't love it.
No, the thing, it's not really something you love. It's something you do. I like just me.
I like the fact that you have the option now to drive. And it has its own charms for a while, I think. But at least for me, it's like, well, once you kind of got used to it, and the jitters go away from actually at first driving by yourself or first doing your actual lesson, that stuff. Like the more you get into the car, the more mundane it gets. It's nice to have the option to get to places. You have the ability to go to places, the freedom to go to places, but. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not like playing Burnout, basically.
But it's not like a hobby, because in the end it's still a skill, but it's like a life skill. It's like it's like learning how to cook, right? Or learning how to drive. Like it's something that like will only help you in the end. So
I don't know. I was like but okay, I'm gonna make a comment, right? Maybe my opinion will change when I get a license or something. I don't know, but I always felt like the whole factor of driving is freedom. I'm not convinced on that at the very least. Especially, I don't know, drive. I don't know. I don't want freedom at the cost of stress. Okay.
More responsibilities, you mean?
More responsibilities, more stress. I don't feel like I'm free. I just feel super stressed driving, and also I don't know. It just feels like I'm surrounded by too many idiots and potential risk hazards. At least with public transport, you know, it's less risky.
Because it sounds, from what I understand, it sounds like the way you get driver license there is more, the rules are more strenuous, so the drivers should be a bit better. But that being said, I think in all cultures you're gonna have bad drivers. Don't wrong.
Always bad drivers.
So anything, I don't know. I can't make the guesstimate or whatever, but I think it's just general bad drivers. But if I were to make a guesstimate, it sounds like there would even then maybe a little more. That need to be a little more aware of the rules, because it sounds like a little bit more strict there. So they should be in the boundaries of being stupid.
What was it? A friend. I don't know, not a friend of mine. A friend of mine, I would say, does tell me like, you've seen all the bad drivers. If they can get a license, so can you. they say it like that. They're like, if these people who are really stupid, right? If they can get a license, you know, then you should be able to get a license. They try and give me some confidence, but I'm like, I still don't want to. I don't want to be a bad driver.
But you make me a funny story, Hex, by the way.
Yeah, what's up?
You know, with the world record of one person trying to pass the driver's written test. You know what it is?
What's up? What is it?
I saw it on Reddit. So essentially, this Korean lady, It took her 960 attempts to pass the written part of the driving exam.
Holy crap!
Well, how much money was wasted on that?
Like
oh my
10,000 USD worth.
God, that's
like crazy.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's that, and partially why was because she was not that educated. She only had up to like 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
So she couldn't really read.
Reading in the self.
Yeah, so that was mostly why. And it took 100 attempts to pass the practical part. But regardless, like, you know, like, even she could pass it
feels to me at that point, she just it's more like she rolled a gacha than actually like learn. I'll be honest, but I mean, hey, if they gave her the green light, and we'll count those. We count those. That's fine.
Yeah, but also she has the reason of her not being able to read, so that's like a completely different issue. But regardless, it's the showing that, you know, people who are tenacious enough will eventually get there.
I do agree. Yeah. But yeah, I think and then I think I was saying earlier is like everyone who's on the road, good or bad, has been through it. So it's like he'll like the more you go into the car, the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and the more you'll be able to you'll have more.
Yeah. So like after you finish your learning from the teacher. And after like a few months, then you get back to us and you'll see mention if you feel better afterwards. That's what you can do.
That's all I'll say to that.
God willing, inshallah, yeah. Nah, you should do. It's kind of because you go for the license, you go for the test. That's like, that's the most nerve-wracking part, I imagine. Go for the test itself, and once you kind of go through the test, it'll be the first time you drive by yourself, and it's like, oh, you know, a little bit thing, or drive. Sometimes, you know, when you first drive with someone else, it's like, oh, a little bit of you know, really cautious. But after a while, it's kind of like, it's not too bad because you've been through the process already. You know what to do. You know, so.
Yeah, because I remember when because the thing is that once you are able to drive like without like a professional driver, and you're like driving other people around, I don't know if you noticed, but like, because I drive a lot more carefully when there's other people in the car, because like not only do I have to keep myself safe, but I keep the other people in the car safe too. So
I mean,
I think that also naturally happens.
I think maybe I've done that subconsciously because there's been times where I don't know. Did I mention that I like drove? Well, I mean, I sent pictures of the horses, right, from the park that we went to. Yeah, so I drove with my brother and my whole family. Like we just drove there, and I was the one driving.
Good. Yeah.
Obviously, with my dad beside me, and obviously we had our son too, or not my son, my nephew. We had our nephew too, and he always like talks a lot in the background, so that kind of helped me lock in a way. I'm just like, I gotta make sure I drive safely.
Yeah. So you see, you're already getting the actual practical experience, and like it, and especially the harder that, well, I guess the more harder that experience is, the more easy it's going to be comparatively when you do other like stuff. Like, okay, this is the hardest thing I've done. This is the hardest one. It's kind of, it goes downhill from here, sort of thing. So you're good. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's like you're fine.
Once you practice more, you'll eventually feel better about it. That's a natural.
Yeah, I'll be more worried if you came in here and said, "Nah, man, this driving's fun. I'm gonna start doing drifts and stuff, or some what's that anime with the old anime where they
what was it? Is the
Tokyo Drift or something? No,
Initial D.
Initial D. Yeah. You can pull some Initial D. You know, you told me that, I'd be like, yeah, you know, that'd be comparatively more worrying, but sounds like you got the right mindset and stuff. So
yeah, out of curiosity though, I don't know if it's like this for you guys though, but learning how to drive was like a sort of a natural progression as part of like after a certain age, then you in school I learned like, you know, the written part, like exam questions, right? Pass it, you get a ticket, and then after that you go to the DMV, which is the motor vehicle driver's motor vehicle commission or whatever, right? And then you submit that ticket, and then you get a permit where you get to essentially get permission to practice driving, because you technically passed the written part. Now you go to the practical part, and then you spend a certain amount of time practicing, and then you pass the driver's test, and then you get the proper license. But only once you're 21 do you get the full license, adult license.
Okay. So
that's how it works in at least where I in my state, at least, because some states have different variations of that. But it's essentially a natural progression. I mean, some people just never get their license. Like, I know someone who, like, she's graduated high school for ages but never got her license for whatever reason. So she has to have her parents drive her around. But most kids in my grade like went through that sequence, right? Because it's such an important skill, it became naturally integrated into the curriculum.
Yeah, at least my school life, that didn't happen. But my school life's really, really nebulous and weird. So there's that. But I don't think even that, putting that aside, I don't think there's a system like that for the UK, at least around the areas I've been. I got mine, I would say not late, but a little. I think I got it when I was like 22.
Okay, yours is definitely later, because I think I got mine, when I was like 16 or 18.
Yeah, something like that,
or so, and then I got my full license once I was 21.
Okay, yeah. Like it wasn't because of any curriculum or anything. It was just kind of like I had the money and the means to do it. So I thought, okay, let's do it. Before then, I think during college, there's some people who got licensed at a young age, but I didn't have the money or means at the time, so.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. I just was just curious because I mean, America has always been very car centric, so I guess it makes sense in that way. Like,
and that makes sense, to be fair, because it sounds like there's good regions of there which just ain't got the transport ain't there too much as well. So it'll make more sense to have more like car centric stuff as well.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I'm not sure. Actually, no, it's funny. Maybe because I've seen enough like American high school movies, and like the high school kids are driving the cars to go to their proms and stuff. So I kind of like, when you told me, I wasn't surprised, but I never heard about this. I never heard of the system, basically. So yeah,
essentially. Like, I mean, it depends on the school, right? But like, essentially, once you're like a senior, right? Like, a part of the senior privileges, senior privilege, is that you could get like a parking spot in the back of the school.
Okay.
So then, so if people don't want to take a bus, they could just drive to school every day.
Okay.
So I don't know if I did that. I did it when. Only time I think I did it was when I had tennis practice. Was just so my grandpa doesn't have to drive me all the time. So I did it a little bit then, I guess. But yeah, most of the time I just took the bus. But it was a privilege. If people really wanted it, they had, the option to do it. So,
To do that, yeah.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, actually, I don't even, in secondary school, I think the youngest you can get your driver's license, let me check. It must be at least 18.
Yeah, because I'll show you also the driver's license thing. It's just interesting. Let's see.
You can apply for provisional license when you are 15 years, 9 months old. Okay, interesting. But the earliest you can legally drive a public roads is 17. Okay, 17, 66. Or 16 if you receive an enhanced mobility rate. Interesting. Oh yeah.
So yeah, here's a list in case if you're just curious about it. This is just my state though. So because every state is different. That's the annoying thing about is that depending on where you are, every process is kind of different. But here's a general sequence. This kind of has something kind of interesting. In case you're just interested
this
in
might
the
be the most
details.
toxic boss I've ever fought. Holy shit. Sorry, I gotta lock in so hard for this. What the flip is this boss? Okay. You guys don't want to know what I'm experiencing right now. Wait, actually, you know what? What if I could share screen? Okay, I can pause it at the very least. Watch at your own discretion. This is hell. My goodness.
I think it's like the process to go through the driver license.
Youngest you could start driving at 16 though.
Okay, so, okay, not too far, but no, yeah, it's just interesting. I think at least in the secondary school I was in. To be fair, I wasn't there too long.
No.
My school was a bit weird. Because we're moving around. Yeah, no, I can't recall anyone in the later years having like driving the cars. So, like college was it was more common.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was like this for Unique, but when I was in college, by the way, something I found interesting was they didn't allow you to have a a driver's permit in freshman year. I think it's because they just wanted you to focus on your classes. So I'm assuming is why.
Okay, yeah. I don't think like I didn't have a driver's license by that point, so I wasn't too fully like in the know. I just know there were some people who had like who drove around college, but I see like in general, the option was there for like maybe someone who's just in the last years of like secondary school, but I never glimpsed anyone myself.
Yeah, because also there's also some people who commuted as well, so it makes sense for them.
Yeah. I know that in the college I have like a parking space at the back for the there's just parking space in general, and yeah. But it's just actually not funny. I'm not sure how it's like in your house in regards to like getting a driver's license, but because my mum got it first time, and she was just joking, saying, I got it first time. You don't have to get it first time, but it was kind of like a little nod, wink, joke sort of thing. But then I was able to get it first time as well. So like the next person gets it, we're like, oh yeah, no, you don't have to get it first time. You don't have to get it first time. But if you can keep it up the tradition, that'd be great. Nah, it's like a little, just like an inside joke with us.
That seems nice.
Yeah.
I hate this. I'm actually bummed out. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen just because of how bummed out I am. Holy shit!
Yeah, take a break then.
That was so frustrating.
That sound. What did it do? What was it? Just pulling some nonsense?
Dude, he was pulling a shit ton of nonsense. You guys have no clue. He had not only he had a ton of spikes. Like, and this is a this is a modified boss fight. So this is like I've fought this boss before. He never had this. They just added this like because just to add as a difficulty, they just started making him shoot spikes from the ground, and the spikes have a large area. You just have to keep moving around and around and around. You don't even have time to attack him. Like I didn't even go halfway through his health. Like cause I'm so busy dodging the whole time.
You'd be flabbergasted what's going on as well, I can imagine as well.
Dude, if you saw the screen, it's literally he not only is he doing projectile attacks, like those are also dangerous, right? A lot of fast moving projectiles. You have to watch the floor for freaking spikes just coming out of nowhere. So stupid. Oh my god, what are the I'm actually pissed off.
It's I think it sounds like what made it worse is you fought the boss before, so you assumed you knew how it danced, and they just threw some new moves at you. And it's like, what's going on?
The problem is my biggest mistake was that here's the thing. It's also my fault because you can choose how hard the boss can be. You can add you can add modifiers to the boss to make him more harder, but you'll get more reward for it. So I got greedy. And I paid for my greed. I thought you know what? I can beat this boss. It won't be easy. It won't be that hard.
Yeah, the classic. It happens, man.
Fuck it. I'm so frustrated. You know what? I'm actually gonna low-key rage quit. I don't even want to continue.